What's up guys and welcome to my channel Flame 4. In this issue 103 of Build a DeLorean from Back to the Future, we are going to be doing the cable and the tube. I don't know why they call it the cable and the tube. This issue is definitely much more than that. You want to have 103A, which are brackets times 2, 103D, which is the wires to tie it all together, 103E, which is another plastic cable, 103F, which is the other part of the plastic cable that attaches to it, 103C, which is the mesh, 103B, which is the tube, BP screws times 3, sorry, KM screws times 2. Here I am just colouring in the little wire bits because the purple for me is not dark enough, and I do have to do that. It's just something that I want to do. You don't have to do it yourselves. It's just something that I do because I want it to be quite bright and vibrant, and I feel like the colour on this purple bands are not great. So the first thing we need to do is take 103B, which is the tube, and wrap it with 103C, which is the mesh. Sorry, I'm not going to tell you that this is going to be easy because putting this mesh around this tube is very difficult to try and line up the holes. But once you wrap it around tight and line it up, and you can get that first BP screw in, you are laughing. That is just the only hard thing about it. I will show you what this looks like once it's finished. Up close and personal for you. So you should have 3 of the BP screws in just like that. So there you go. So they should be in there. It does actually set it off really nicely. So this is where all the wires will meet from the center section, and we will show you how to mount that very shortly. Right, so you will need to turn the car upside down to do this because it's going to be easier. Please don't go putting it on a table or on the floor or on something hard. Go get yourself a cushion, a pillow, anything. Be careful of those wing mirrors because mine snapped off, which is why we've got the magnet mod coming. And this is what you want to be able to do. You want to be able to have it upside down. I've got mine on polystyrene. Just have it on something soft, and then just copy this procedure. So what you want to do is you want to wrap the brackets, which is 103A, and you want to wrap that around the tube, and then you want to be able to attach those with the 2KM screws. Once you're happy with it, line your wire up. Make sure you've got enough of it to travel all the way down. Make sure it's not pulled taut because you want to make sure that you've got just enough there to be able to push that in. So this is the size that we did in the last issue, which was issue 102, and we are now just pushing that into the pipes. You can glue it into place, but you know what? I don't think it needs it. I think what I'm going to tend to do on this, I'm going to put a little bit of blob of super glue at the end so the wires don't try and separate. Once you've done that, guys, you will need to turn the DeLorean back up the other way. I know this thing's heavy and it's a bit of a workout to use it, but we do not have much choice at this stage. So you need to just piece the 2 wires together. So 103E goes into 103F, just like so. And then you want to tuck it in just behind the canisters there. And there is a little hole in the back of the middle section, and that pops into there. So I just use my tweezers, just kind of give it a gentle persuasion just to push it into there. Once you are happy with it and it's all lined up, then you just need to follow it down. I just give a little tiny push there with my finger just to make sure it's in place because I don't want it to come out. But I don't want to glue anything permanently because I possibly will be taking this apart to do the EEL wire mod and go back and do some of those amazing Mike Clay mods that we've got out there. So right, so once you've done that, you just need to push it into the little hole to line it up. It's not going to stay in there because I will be putting on the Mike Clay cable ties to finish this off. But you know what? That wire that's been sitting there for quite a while on the back, that's all tied up and all jiggly. There you go, that one there. Which you've been thinking, where is this going to go? Yeah, so this is going to be the last part of this. So going around, all you need to do is just try and twist it together. Just get it all nice and taut, and just make sure that it's nice and straight, because the more you straighten it out, the easier it's going to be for you to bend into the position that you want when it comes to being able to manipulate it into the areas that you need to. There isn't much to this. It kind of just loops round. It tells you in the magazine. It doesn't say you need to like feed it through anything. It just loops round, and it just gives you enough of the wire to be able to put it down. I didn't have to actually cut this wire to any like size. It was just enough for it to fit into it, which we will get to in a moment. Once you are happy with it, again, you can use the wire that they provide, which is the 103D, to tie them up in the positions that it tells you to. All it is just putting it around there and tying the 2 pieces together. But I have to go for these Mike Lane cable ties because They're just absolutely phenomenal, and they just set this car off something chronic. Right, so here we go, guys. We are now just cutting down the cable ties. The cable ties are too long once you have pulled them, and you know what? For a tiny little cable tie that is quite fiddly to put together, these are really tough going. They hold it into position. I do put a tiny dab of super glue on there just to make sure that they do not undo, but that's something that we can discuss in the recap video. Once you're happy with it, you do have to turn it upside down again, guys. Like I said, please make sure you don't put it on anything hard because you don't want anything snapping off. Be careful of the wing mirrors and be careful of the sides. Here we are, all we're doing is just pushing the back piece into this back tube there, so then it's just all lined up. Once you are happy with the positioning and you're happy with how it looks, then that's it. That's all that they want you to do in this issue. What we are going to do now, we're going to just run from the front to the back. So this is from issue 102 leading into issue 103. It's just kind of showing you how it's all held together there and how neatly it goes up the back. It just looks so good. It definitely looks movie accurate. This is just amazing. Such a detailed model. I do love this model so much. Right, so we're just going to quickly flick through the magazine, just Industrial Light and Magic, not too much to read about in here, we don't want to spoil this for you guys. And then we have Extraterrestrial, and also we are going to, I wish they would just give us a bit more detail on the descriptions here. In the next issue, we're going to be doing the Junction Box. So guys, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye.